Hello, everybody. This is Gary. Today is Monday, October 17th, 2022. It's 12:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States in Rochester, New York. And this is my Coping with Schizophrenia blog entry for today. Today, the weather's pretty crappy outside. It's been raining all day. But I'm still trying to stick to my daily schedule. It's one of the best ways I have of managing my symptoms is stick to a daily schedule that I set up myself, and I'm responsible for keeping it myself. Um, I did some consumer surveys earlier today. I do that for extra money. Um, I'm making this video as part of my daily schedule. Um, I still have to go outside and do my walking and physical therapy exercises. Um, as far as my psychiatric symptoms go today, my anxiety levels are pretty high. I'm not sure why. My paranoia levels are pretty high. My delusions are pretty intense right now. I'm afraid to go outside because I think people are following me or spying on me, or laughing at me or plotting against me. Um, of course, I have no evidence for any of that. Um, my auditory hallucinations are pretty intense today. Um, when my auditory hallucinations and paranoia get bad, it's only natural to assume my anxiety levels will also get really bad too. Um, but my depression isn't all that severe today. It's certainly manageable. All my symptoms are manageable today. I'm just having a rough day, that's all. Um, I took my morning immune meds already, and it's 12:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time now. I've taken one Klonopin earlier this morning. I'm allowed 3 Klonopin tablets a day. Each dose is half a milligram. My psychiatrist did increase it the last time I saw him in person, which was about a week and a half ago, I believe. We went from 1 milligram of Klonopin a day to 1.5 milligrams, which is actually 1.5 milligram tablets per day. Um, Helps me deal with my anxiety better. It goes a long way in keeping me out of the psychiatric emergency room, which I'm nowhere near needing today. I'm just saying that's one of the reasons I asked for the increase in my Klonopin. And he didn't want to approve it over the phone. He wanted to wait until I actually saw him in person, which makes ethical sense from a doctor's point of view, um, especially when it's a drug like Klonopin. Klonopin is a controlled substance in the United States, um, which means you need an individual prescription rewritten for each new prescription. They don't put refills on it. You have to get a new prescription for every time you refill the Klonopin. Um, there are a whole bunch of drugs in the same class that are also controlled substances: Ativan, Xanax, Librium, and a whole bunch of others. Um, I've taken Ativan before. I don't think I've ever taken Valium before. I've taken Klonopin before. I think those are the only 2 benzo drugs. Well, actually 3: Xanax, Ativan, and Klonopin. I've had experience with all 3 of those benzodiazepine tranquilizers, and they all can be potentially addictive. So my psychiatrist keeps a careful eye on how much I'm using it and how often. Um, but like I said, my anxiety levels are very high today. Um, I feel somewhat paralyzed by anxiety and fear. I don't know why. It's just that things feel really, really intense right now. I have a lot of, for some reason, worries over my physical health, although I don't feel physically sick. I don't know. It's sort of not a new thing with me. Um, I don't feel physically sick, but I worry that I have health problems that I don't really have. I do have real health problems. I take Cymbalta, Flexeril, and Neurontin for nerve and physical and joint pain. I'm going to stop taking ibuprofen for a while. I don't want to get internal bleeding from that. Drugs like ibuprofen, Motrin, aspirin, those are non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, and they can cause internal bleeding. And I was taking the Motrin or the ibuprofen for my pain in my right knee after surgery on May 13th, but I'm not going to continue to take it because I don't want to have internal bleeding. I've had internal bleeding before by taking too much aspirin, which is another NSAID, and all NSAIDs can cause internal stomach bleeding, which can be fatal. So I'm not going to take the Motrin for a while. I will continue to take Tylenol for any physical pain, plus my other medications that I just mentioned. Not much else going on right now. Just thought I'd check in real quick and like, comment, share, subscribe.